So I was just about to go take a little dive down there at the river, and it made me think of something that made me want to make this little video about nudity and why it's such a big deal. I think I would love to be able to go to this river, to this lake right here, to any random river, and to be nude, to not care. I don't care if somebody else goes nude. And actually in California, I'm originally from New Jersey, and none of the places that I ever went swimming, not the beach, even though there was one nudist beach that we knew of, but I don't think I ever actually went there. It was kind of like out of the way. But not at the beach, not at the river, not at the reservoir where people went swimming. Nobody was ever naked. So it's just, it was weird, you know, it's taboo, I should say, when you grow up in a society that doesn't ever show you naked people. You know, it happens at your house or in R-rated movies or porn or whatever, but it's not just accepted and social. And the fact that we keep it so separate is what makes it so noticeable to people. It sexualizes the naked body more than it should be. For example, the female nipple or the male nipple used to be sexualized just like the female nipple, and back in the 20s, male bathing suits used to cover up the nipple as well. And just like nowadays when you see a female nipple, you know, you're not used to seeing it. It reminds people of sex because it is so hidden and kept sexualized, because we all suck on nipples when we're babies, you know, unless we're bottle fed. Everybody has nipples, everybody's touched a breast before, you know, like when you're an infant. It's a part of life, it's a natural part of life, and it shouldn't be so sexualized. And then we all watch, you know, these documentaries of people in Africa or some tribal, you know, somewhere, and they're all wearing no tops and they got their boobs all hanging out, and sometimes they might not be even attractive boobs to what our standards are, because we so sexualize them and so try to make them this exact thing of what we consider beauty. But they're just body parts, and they're useful, they have purpose, so they shouldn't be so hidden and so kept secret like they are. And they should just be, because they're not sexualized in those tribes. And the male nipple now is not sexualized after it's lost its taboo, after it's just become so normal to see men playing basketball with their shirts off, like it's not a big deal. And me as a woman, like, I would love to take my top off. I would love to be able to walk around naked somewhere. Like if I'm playing a sport, you know, I'd love to be able to take my shirt off if I'm really, really hot and go topless. But it's not an issue to me, it's an issue to so many other people. And even if they're saying that they don't care and you're allowed to be topless, because it is so taboo, they're all gonna be looking at you and staring at you and making, maybe not a negative deal of it, but they're making a deal of it. They're making something out of it that shouldn't be made out of it. It should just be normal, not even something to be noticed. It should just pass you by. But I do understand, like, respect. Obviously you shouldn't go into like a nice place, like out to like the supermarket or something like that with no shirt on. At the beach, you know, when I went down to Mexico, I went topless for the first time in front of a whole bunch of people, and it was so nice because there was like so many other people topless on the beach that it didn't matter. I didn't feel like anybody was gawking. I didn't feel out of place. I didn't feel uncomfortable. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's common courtesy there at that beach, most of the beaches in Mexico that I went to have bottoms on, male and female, because we're equal, have bottoms on. And then our tops didn't matter. You could have top if you're a girl, you could not have top, and it didn't really matter. It didn't make any difference. There were kids running around, and it didn't make a difference. Here in California, I will skinny dip. I've skinny dipped at rivers and stuff before, but I feel out the place first. You know, if nobody's there, I'll go skinny dipping. If there's some cool people there, we'll go skinny dipping. A lot of times we've showed up to a place, and you know, it's always like back down some road, like it's in the woods. Very private, except for the fact that other people know about it, but we've gone there and seen other people already naked. So, and one time there was a family there, you know, dad and a daughter and a brother. Well, at least that's what it seemed like. And the daughter was older, she was about my age, but we showed up with a bunch of guys and a bunch of people. It wasn't just our crew that showed up. There was like another crew of people there too that probably weren't as socially accepting of it, because I remember hearing them say something up at the top part of the river about how those people need to put their clothes on, or making a comment about how they didn't want to be down there. It's not like they're walking around, you know, like flapping their nonsense. They're just like hanging out, chilling, you know. They're not trying to put on a show or anything. They're trying to keep their own privacy. They're just trying to enjoy the river. But when we all showed up, this big group of people showed up, the guy had his daughter or whatever put on some clothes, because obviously he didn't care that she was naked. He didn't mind her being naked. It's not weird for him that she's naked. But when other people have a taboo about it, have a thing about it, find it you know, different and sexualized, she's gonna have this object put on her, this energy put on her, and this focus and attention that is unwanted put on her. So it's not about us, it's about the society, just general society. We need to start desexualizing the female nipple. We need to start accepting nudity as normal. You know, obviously still be respectful in certain places. I don't try to be too slutty or flashy, you know, I try to dress appropriate for where I'm at. But when I'm somewhere like this and I want to take my clothes off and not get my clothes all wet so I can go swimming, I should be able to just get naked and go swimming. It should not be a big deal. And it isn't in some places. So, you know, one step at a time, we're making a change. That's why this video is being made, so that I can get my opinion out there, so that other people can realize, and kind of, we can just start the movement. Free the nipple, desexualize the nipple, desexualize the naked body in general. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.